You should start out this tutorial with a cut up white, black, whatever shirt, really. T-shirt, long sleeve shirt, you don't need the sleeves anyways. So next you want to get some dark green, light green, just pretty much a green, since this is called the Green Assassin fabric. And that'll be the base of the coat and the hood and everything really attached to that. Cut out the armholes, the top up there, but you want to make sure to keep this side over here because you're going to have to make a certain part of the coat, and then you can figure out the length in a few seconds. To make the basic shape of the coat, you want to get some pins and fold over the sleeves like so, so the edges will touch the other edges on the inside. And then you want to do that for the other side as well. And don't worry about the overlapping, we will take care of that later. Just worry about touching the angles together on the inside of the sleeves. This fabric that I have got is really long going down, so what I'm going to do is trim some of it off, which is pretty much half of it, right along where I'm pointing. That ruler marks a line going across, so it's pretty much almost the middle. And also make sure to give yourself some slack, I guess you can say, with some more room, which would be right about, if you're going to cut there where the ruler is, maybe cut a little bit lower in case you need the extra room. Now, as you can see, as I'm wearing this, it is a lot of slack in the back. So if I pull it, it goes up next to my legs, and that is what you want it to look like. So now we're going to have to work on trimming the front to make it better looking in the back. To fix this baggy problem, all you want to do is get some scissors and just slowly, steadily cut up the front, but make sure not to cut through both layers. Now to make the folding out part on the green coat. As you can see, I placed some pins where I'm going to place these brown fabric pieces. They're going to be folded on the inside and then come around to there and there. They're going to be shaped like big triangles going up the coat. From these pins and then to there. Same exact thing for the other side, but mirrored. Again, 3 pins marking the 3 points where they will meet up. And then you will fabric glue them on the inside to hold down. This is the kind of color I will be using for this folding out piece. I got this jacket at a local Goodwill store, and you could probably find something just like it. Just remember, just like I said with the green, you do not have to get this exact color, just get some sort of brown color. You didn't know what I was talking about when I meant brown pieces. These are what they look like. They come around out from the inside of the coat, around your pecs areas, so that'd be around your chest, to maybe the top of your abdomen. It depends on how big you want to make them. Remember, customization is key, so you can do them however you want. To apply these pieces is really easy. All you need to do is pin them down and get some fabric glue with a paintbrush, because it gets really messy, and glue them to the inside of the coat on both sides. If you want to sew them, you can, but I personally didn't want to do it because I was not really too fond of the sew lines. Once the brown pieces are fully fabric glued and dried, you can go in fabric glue the edges below them to make a fine edge, just like you did on the brown pieces. This part is totally optional, but you can mark buttonholes that you probably would maybe want to make every about 2 inches going down these brown pieces, and later cut them out with scissors or a knife of some sort. Now this part is also optional, but I like it because it's a good amount of detail. You can make pockets that will go on the side of the coat. It's about 4 inches tall and about 6 inches wide, and we'll cut these out and see if we have to shape up the edges later around here or anywhere else. About 4 inches away from the edge of the coat, you can place the pocket down and get ready to pin it to sew it down. But it's also okay if it goes over the edge of the coat, because that's kind of what it's supposed to do at certain points, because the coat is flimsy. Away for a while and start working on detail for these pockets. On both of them, there are red stripes that go across the bottom and the sides. Could either use thick sew lines, or you can use some ribbon that is right here, some red ribbon that is shiny, and it was only about $1 at Joann Fabrics, so it was pretty cheap. So you can use that or thread. Pieces for each pocket. When you put them on, make sure to leave some space at the top, empty space at the top, I mean, and a little bit of empty space on the side, just like as shown. When you put the bottom one on, you want to leave some empty space at the bottom and overlap with the one on the left and right. And then do the same thing as you did for the left side on the right side, and overlap the one at the bottom, give a little space on the right and some space on the top. Then you can fabric glue those down. Now, just like we did for the pockets, we're going to have to put some ribbon on the edge of the coat on both sides. You have to get some length of ribbon and fabric glue the ribbon down. Now you need to put some buttons on the pockets. So I just used the buttons as I used on the checkered shirt, and I'm placing them about this distance away from each other and just going to sew those things down. Make a sleeve template out of some scrap fabric that you have, and find out where your wrist is, right here, around there, and mark it so you can cut access off. And then you can see there's a little hole at the bottom here, because I used a huger template than I was supposed to, so you can just make a piece that I will show you in a second how to cover that up. Now I had actually turned this coat inside out, so when we sew the sleeve to there, it will not show any frays and it'll be an invisible stitch. So you just pin it like normal. It'll be on the right side instead of the left because it's reversed. Pin it like normal and just sew, and then you turn it inside out. Make sure to do a really strong stitch so it doesn't come out. Now to fill up this hole at the bottom of the sleeve, you're going to want to take a patch of the same cloth that you're using and put it right over top whenever it's inside out and sew it down. Now to make the other sleeve, you're going to want to lay this one down on a new sheet of fabric. Measure the length of it. Mine is 9.5. And then you're going to take that and pretty much just double it. And if you can see, I made a mark right around here, and you can give it a little extra just in case you want some more room. And then obviously you're going to mark the same length and then go up and do everything there. So that's pretty much how you make the other sleeve. This is an optional part, but I think it is cool to add some design to the back of the coat. So you're going to want to get a piece about as wide from sleeve to sleeve, lay the coat on its back, and I made these V's going up and then to the center, and then we're going to cut those out. So now this piece will look something like this, with the point in the center, and then these two sides touching the edges of the sleeves. And then now you're going to have to shape the top so that it'll blend in with the top of the coat. Now you want to get some pieces of ribbon. When I say pieces, I mean for each section. You want to get long pieces of ribbon and then connect them just like that and fabric glue it down. I had bought black buttons from Joann Fabrics, just a little bit bigger than the original buttons that I bought before, and spray painted it gold and put it just above the tip of the green piece that will be on the back. Not on the tip, but make sure that you can see the fabric connect to each other. Now you should place this down onto the coat where you want it on the top. Make sure this touches the neck up here, and this touches the sleeve and the other sleeve. And you can either sew it down, which I would advise not doing because you can't sew over this ribbon, but you could sew behind it if you want to. But I'm going to fabric glue it down. I also made this collar piece that I am sorry I lost the footage for, but if you want to do something along these lines that you don't have to, obviously, you can probably think of something creative on your own. Now the very last thing to do before completion is to cut a seam up the back of the coat. And then you can also, if you want to, make a curved edge on the bottom.